Hey guys, BJ the Brave here, and we are live with the Terra expansion. I am making this video because I am probably about to make a purchase on the new pack cards. I probably don't need to purchase them because I have a fair amount of wild cards. I had collected a lot of packs and for the High Fleet Leviathan, and I'd also collected a lot of all armies, and I've just opened them all, and I have actually got a few of the new Tyranid cards. But yeah, I'm really excited, but I'm also really quite unhappy with a few things too, and I kind of wanted to make a video. I was in two minds as to whether to make this video or not. But I kind of feel like as a content creator and people are constantly giving me like feedback and sharing their thoughts, that I kind of wanted to explain my thinking a little bit, but also I guess voice a few concerns and kind of try and bring a bit of a balanced view to it. So, I'm very excited to be able to support EG. I've been wanting a reason to spend money on the game. I understand like that where people can afford to do that and can spend money on a game that's like a free to play game, that's kind of important to the long term sustainability of the game, and you sort of vote with your wallet, right? You're able to kind of show that support. So I want to support the devs, and I'm excited to finally be able to do that. So let's have a look at the deals first. So first of all, we have for $49.99 we've got a Black Legion. I don't no idea why we've got a Black Legion bundle. I don't really understand that. We've got a Tyranid release and nothing's changed as far as I'm aware to Black Legion. So the Tyranid one we've got $19.99. That comes with 15 booster packs. A premium cosmetic item, which is an avatar. Okay, so 15 packs and an avatar for $19.99. So how does that go against the gold? So we can get 2,000 gold, and it's 150 per pack. So we're getting what normally we would get. God, my maths is not good. 10 packs is 1,500, isn't it? So is that 12, 13 packs? Yeah, it's about 13.3 packs. So we get 13.3 packs. Instead, we get 15 packs and an avatar. Now, I've no idea how you arrive at this plus 60% value. Of course, they don't explain that. But that doesn't seem to make any sense to me. But either way, it's slightly better value. I look at it, if we were to buy the gold, we'd get about 13 packs. So it's slightly better value. Now, the issue with the packs, obviously, we don't necessarily guarantee get the cards we want from the expansion. So what else have we got? So for $49.99 we get Swarm of Vardenghast. All new cards from the reinforcements drop. 1 copy of each legendary and 2 copies of non-legendary ones. So basically this is the get all the new cards drop, right? I don't think we get this card back, even though they show the card back, which is a little bit confusing, but I guess they've got to have some sort of visual. So basically just $50, get the 20 cards that you want. I'm glad that there's an option to just buy the. I'm actually glad there's an option to just buy the new cards. I think I like that overall. I know Marvel Snap doesn't allow that, and some people like it because they see it as like play to win rather than pay to win, and then other people hate it because they just can never access the new cards. So what's the difference here then? So $49.99. Okay. So this is just purely a cosmetics. $50 for. Oh my god. Wow. So to get a card back, an avatar, and a title. I mean, guys, like I can type Alpha Warbeast into a computer, and then you get that. Like that's what that is. That's ridiculous. So I'm paying $50 for an Alpha Warrior card back, And the avatar. That is so overpriced. It's unbelievable. That is so overpriced. I don't know how they're arriving at these price points, but they're just losing money. You know, if they sold that at a more reasonable price, people would potentially buy it. So the Terror of Vardenghast is $79.99. Okay, so this gives us all the new cards. So 1 copy of each legendary, 2 copies. Yeah, so that's like the 50 quid one, and then we basically get the cosmetics for an extra 30, an extra $29.99. So basically, it's those 2 packs together, but then we're getting £20 off this. So we're paying £30 for essentially the avatar and the card back. Oh boy. See, I really want to get this as my thinking is that I get this. It's almost like I don't care too much about this. I really want the cards. The one that makes more sense to my style of playing is the $49.99 one. I don't know whether I see it as good value or not, but that's the one that makes more sense. But I wanted to get this more just as a kind of like, I'm going to support the devs. Yeah, it's like a down payment. It's a thank you. It's a way of saying I'm supporting this game. I want it to do well. I want you guys to do well. I want you to look after your employees, and this is my way of doing that. It's not because I get a title Alpha War Beast. So strange. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I said earlier I'm not happy about, is that I'm coming to this from that point of view of I really want to support the devs and I really want to support the game, and I want to prove that by putting my money where my mouth is. On the other hand, it's like, to me there's some really basic things that are going wrong at the minute that are just not acceptable. This season, I mean, at the start of the season we had a bit of a mess up where when they implemented the balance patch, first of all it came delayed, and then so people got to spend the first week of the season using their broken Gazgul decks. And so even when it did land, the new cards that are out now, the Terror of Vardenghast cards, were kind of in the coding, and people shared them on Discord, and so we kind of had this release kind of spoiled for us. I mean, I've been ignoring them and trying to hide because I wanted to get excited, and again that was a technical error. And then we get to the last couple of days of the season, this season, and we had a scenario yesterday. I logged on for an hour. I was trying to get a game in, and I noticed that it just kept disconnecting, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then after it happening like the 4th, 5th time, I realised, okay, this is not right. Like, I've had these disconnects before, but not like one after another. And anyway, long story short, it turns out that as they were implementing and getting everything ready for the patch, that there was essentially a bug that was leading games to disconnect. And I think from reading about it afterwards, both players were disconnecting, and then it was basically awarding both players a win. So then the ladder got completely messed up because people have, one guy's climbed to the top of the ladder. He wasn't even in the top 50, and it's like, I know people who are in the top 10 who really grinded and were really putting their time and effort into the game, and they're really pissed off about it because, like, what was it all for? Now, Everguild have had to come out and say that, they have said that those points won't count towards the end of the season, but what about now? If I go and play a game on ladder, does that count? And the ranking's going to put me against those guys who have climbed. So I don't know. It's a very strange situation. And then I've actually been out this morning. I've been out in London with work, and I heard that there's been all sorts going on with this morning's patch. And first and foremost, people have been saving up their booster packs. They were told in the news that people would be able to access the new cards in the booster packs. So some people have opened 20, 30, 50 booster packs, only to realise none of the new cards were included. And then we get hit by all these bundles that come in, and quite frankly, it looks to consumers like it was a tactic, you know, to make people essentially waste all the booster packs, and so they buy the products. Now I'm choosing not to believe that, quite frankly. I don't believe that was the intention. I hope to God it wasn't. I mean, it was some of the crudest marketing ever, but like I say, I don't believe that is the case. But I can understand that it feels to people like that. I can completely understand that. And it's not good enough. If it was a patching error again, it's not good enough. And so I think what I am taking away from all this is that there seems to be an issue with basically how we roll patches out in this game. It seems like every time we've rolled a patch out since I've been playing, there's been some issues. And what I don't understand about it is, why do we not just close the servers? Okay? If it's I'm sure there's lots of technical difficulties in putting out a patch, way beyond my technical expertise. But I've played CCGs for 10 years. Like, why not just put an announcement out all in good time to let everybody know that, you know, if the new season, for example, starts on the 3rd, that on the 2nd, the game's not going to be available. The service is going to be down, or you can only play practice mode, or whatever it is. Even if you didn't want to shut it for the whole day, maybe you shut it for half a day. You know, from 12 midnight till 12 midday, the servers are going to be down. You know, maybe I don't know, this might be too crazy. Maybe employees are asked to work one night shift a week, a month, and then they get the day off the next day. I don't know. I'm just saying, get creative with it. But what is completely unacceptable is the service that the end user is getting. And I know that Games Workshop really value their IP, and they have really high standards for their IP, and it's been dragged through the mud a little bit here. And I also know from the 9 years that I worked for them that you know, they really place a lot of emphasis on good customer service. And the hobbyists who've enjoyed Games Workshop brands for years now have always enjoyed fantastic service when they engage with the tabletop hobby. So I can't see how this level of service, communication, and what's happening with this IP is anywhere close to an acceptable standard at the minute, and it needs to improve. So yeah, that's my little rant, guys. Like I say, I've you know me, you've seen the channel. I'm putting out lots of content for this game. I'm doing everything I can to support the game. I really want this game to succeed. I really enjoy it personally. I enjoy playing the game, but some of these things are just making it really hard to kind of defend these decisions, or these in some cases minor travesties, quite honest. I know it's just a game, it's just a card game, great, but it's also a service, it's also business. I'm about to drop $80. If I'm about to drop $80 on something that, you know, I could spend that on my children. So yes, it's just a game, but it's actually a service, it's actually a product, and there's got to be some standards. I'm very, very, very forgiving, very, very understanding to. It's a small dev team, mistakes happen, I get it, you know, 100% supportive of that, but there's just been too many errors that are, and they're unforced errors as well. And like I say, if it means shutting the servers down, to just line up, like, here's when the new release is coming, here's when the balance updates come in, and we just shut the servers for half a day and we test them. If that's what it takes, then great. You know, Gwen created a test server. I would be happy. I'm sure there's people in the community who'd be happy to kind of volunteer to you know, play a few games and test the new stuff before it goes live. There's lots of ways that it could be done. I'm not trying to sit here and say this is how EG should run their business, because I'm not. You know, you can their business can run it however they like. But I'm just saying there are lots of options that could be explored to solve these problems that would ultimately benefit, that make the server, the user server service better and the user experience better as a player. And ultimately that's good for the company, and that's good for the game, and it's good for Games Workshop and the brand. So Yeah. So that's my rant over. So, you know, proof in the pudding. I am purchasing my... I'm making my purchase now. And... okay. So I'm making this purchase now. Okay. Okay, so I've just made the purchase on PayPal, and here we go. So there we go, guys. I've put my money where my mouth is. I'm supporting the company, but I'm not happy. You know, this is not going to be a guarantee every time they release something. If this is the level of service that we're going to get, I want to see some improvements for sure. So there we go. So rant over. So now let's try and have a little bit of fun, shall we? And see what we have got. Now then, I'm not sure why this is flashing at me. Anybody know that? Okay, so let's have a little look at the Tyranids. Okay. Let's create a deck, shall we? So, what do we want to do? Terror of Vardenghast. Your Warlord gains flying and +1 attack for each friendly unit in play this turn. Definitely want the Neuraloids, right? So that goes without saying. So with this, we're kind of looking for go wide strategies, aren't we? So I definitely want to play the new Toxic card. By the way, we better put our cosmetics on, right? That we just bought. This card is so good. I think we want Ripper Swarms in this. Well, it seems to make sense, right? This seems to be the deck for Rippers now. Do we want the new Hormagaunt? Let's try Hormagaunt. Seems like we want a lot of cheap things, right? Let's try the new Neuragaunt and the new Neuragaunt Node Beast. There's a lot of 2-drops. So this is like overwhelming swarm, right? So we kind of want this because it seems like we're playing a lot of swarm units here. Infantry costs 1 less this turn. So let's run 2 of those. This card, I don't really love this card, I'm going to be honest. I do love the artwork, but I'm not sure I really love this card. Do we run Gargoyle in this deck? Definitely want Stealer. Biovore's not great because it puts the Spore Mine out at the end of the turn. And then it dies at the start of the turn. So you're actually never going to get the benefit of having the Spore Mine for Terror of Vardenghast. I think the Pyrovore makes more sense. When another troop dies, heal 2, right? Because we're going to get that off more here. I might delete some of these in a minute, guys. I'm really just pop the warrior in for now. So what about the Psychophage? This is insane, and it has synergy with the hard removal card that we just put in. So we'll take 2 of those. I wonder if Tyrant Guard's good in this type of deck. Just protecting all the little critters. I think we still want Broodlord. We definitely want this Neuro Tyrant, it's so good. And I think we still want Crone. I kind of want to try this card as well, because it's another go wide card. So what would we drop for... What do we drop for this? Maybe I'll drop 1 Ripper. We're going to have to drop a lot more here because we haven't actually put any... We haven't actually put in the spells yet, have we? Maybe we drop the spores, actually. Not sure we need the 2 warriors because we've got quite a lot of synapse. Quite a lot of synapse going on here. I guess we still want Ravenous Hunter. Maybe it's infestation node that we want. Just keep putting hordes back in our hand, that seems good. I'm also thinking we might need some stealth. What could we play for the stealth? Pyrovore and put 1 stealth in. Critters. Definitely one to play with. Now the next one I want to try is the Norm Queen herself. And I think for the Norm Queen I want to do Neurothroat first, because she can trigger the Synapse really, really easily. So again, Norm Emissary, let's put the special thing that cost us loads of money. Norm Emissary. So you've got to have the Neuraloids every single time. We want Adrenal Surge, I think. And we want Stealth, and I don't think we're going to do Flank in this version. I might be wrong about that. I might just put 1 in for now. Actually, I'll put 2 in and I might take them out. And the reason for that is I'm thinking of not running the 4-drop that we normally do run. So we definitely want this. And we run the Steelers. And we run the Biovores. So we're going to have Warriors. I think we can run the Sporosis. We want the Toxic Entanglement. So we've got quite a lot of Synapse. We definitely want the Fexers. We want these guys. Is it something like that? What are we missing then? So we're missing the Hive Crones. We're missing the Crones, right? We're not too worried about the, because we've got the Synapse from the Neurothroat himself, so we're not too worried about this having too many stratagems in this. We haven't got much heal, have we? What can we drop to get more heal? Let's have a think. Mind you, this one here, deal 2 damage to the enemy. If the target dies, you get +1 health. Okay, so maybe we'll try that. Okay. So we have, yeah. So we bought the pack. Let's say we are trying to support the game. Had a little bit of a rant. Built a couple of decks. Last thing I want to have a look at is the achievements, and then I'm going to end this video, and then we're going to look at. I'm going to play some games, and you'll be able to see that in the next vid. But the next thing that got added was achievements, right? So. Grade a card. 400 cards to upgrade. Doing pretty well on these. Up to 1,000. I'm wondering if that sort of shows when you play a game. I'm wondering how that works. These are really cool. Yeah, I really like this. I don't think this gets you much. I think it's more just about, you know, just plays into your sense of kind of like collection and achievement, and Yeah, I really like this. It's a nice addition to the game. And I'm wondering where the actual replays are kept. I'm really wondering about that. So, is it in here somewhere? No. Battle log, is it in here? Aha! So you can watch the replays there. Fantastic. Okay, so you can just pin it there, or you can press replay, and it'll show you the game. Oh, this is really cool. Now this is really cool. So you still press continue, right? Interesting.
Cleanse this place. We must protect the craft world.
How do you speed it up then, do you think?
Cleanse this place. We must protect the craft world.
Oh, this is really cool. This is really cool. I'm not sure about the controls. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing there. Like if I just click it, it seems like it just sort of like ends the... does that turn really quickly. I think that's what it does. Or does it just like... it's gone slow again now, so does it just like bounce 10 seconds? Yeah, it just sort of does a quick speed up, doesn't it? Okay, this is really cool. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm really, really happy about this. Really looking forward to using this mode. Okay. Alright, so brilliant. So there we go, guys. That's all the new features in action. Leave me your comments below. I mean, I know that people are going to have a moan about some of the things that have happened this month, and hopefully, you know, I've voiced some of the concerns, and if you think there's other things that need to be added, then do. I don't want to be particularly the kind of moangy voice of the community. I've no interest in that. I'm very much up for being positive and enjoying the game. I really enjoy the game. I just want it to be good, like I'm sure most of you do. But you know, let me know what you think, and also, you know, what you think to this kind of video. It's a bit different to what I normally do. Is it something that I should avoid? Something that you guys appreciate? Let me know. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.